Hi, I'm in a state of shock. Normally, I do what other people do. Jesus, I'm really shocked right now. I'm gonna wait and see just one or two people to jump in because YouTube be acting funky right now, and I don't understand. Yeah, please, whoever is here, I just now saw for the first time. There only 4 minutes was was live and recorded. 4 minutes. I was talking that whole time. I spoke for 25 minutes. What the what in the hell just happened? I poured my heart out and then I went into some minor political diatribe about censorship. And what the hell was that? So I thought I was on that whole time. I was on the whole time talking and I cannot believe like I just went back and it said only 4 minutes and 17 seconds were there, and then that was it. On my end, it showed that there was a brief disconnection or buffering, and then that it reconnected. What in the what in the hell just happened? I can't believe that man, I really put it all out there. And then I went to the core of the root of the channel. What's up? It's a mood. I'm modded on your side. It's only fair that I do the same here. I don't understand what. Okay, I'm not gonna make a big conspiracy out of this. I don't have. I'm really pissed off because when I do those rants and when I find the right words and I look back and I started out with personal family things and then I went into the grander picture stuff, started saying some of those naughty things, but I can't in good conscience be like, yep, active censorship from YouTube's part because a lot of the things I've said that I just said have been said in other videos that are still standing that I've contested and but what the hell just happened? I don't understand. I s- okay, so I'm a little shocked. I just wanted to come back because I started noticing, for one, the count is never accurate, so I never count on that. The chat was still active, and I was even calling out everybody. I was making new mods, and it was still going on. Oh, everything I just said, it was all from. Okay, well, you know what's gonna happen? Simple as this. Tomorrow we're gonna do Stuck at Night. Josh and I are gonna do Stuck at Night. I'm a little flabbergasted, for lack of a better term. Man, oh God, I want to punch YouTube in the face. Tonight, I'm considering the all open panel extravaganza. What the hell just happened? And but let's see. Oh, and I mentioned what happened with the CanCon interview, by the way. I'm still so okay. So let here. All right, I wanted to own up. I'm getting text messages. Give me a second. And I was getting a lot of messages. Maybe I should have. Ugh. All right, cool. I'm getting positive feedback at the very least. So, all right, you know what? Gloves are off, and you're gonna. Some of you are gonna hear some of the same things that I've said. But okay, where I left off, cannabis conservative and I messed up. I went to work early that day, and I came back late, but not too late. And he was all raring to go. I didn't make the call. So I messed up and that's on me. And he's just a phone call away. He lives very close. I'm fortunate for that. He represents the core of the things that I want to always touch on with a platform. I need to get over the shock of me talking into the void for 24 minutes and focus on this. Let's see. Okay, what I've done in future or I'm sorry, past videos is test the 7 minute mark. We're less than 5 minutes in, so I'm going to say some stuff. We're going to see if YouTube tries to demonetize or block the algorithm or anything. So please do your part if you feel so compelled. Hit the like button to help with this battle of the algorithm. I really want to test to see if we truly have some freedom of speech, even though it's been pointed out, yes, it's a private company, but we're under a pretense here that we could share our opinions and our experiences. And this really hurt me. I was sharing something that we could all connect on across the party lines. I was sharing what it's like going through some sort of turmoil of a loved one that you feel is maybe suffering and how you want to help. And that was taken from me. I spoke for a half hour and that was taken from me. So okay, I do believe that the I don't no, no. I know for a fact because it's been on public testimony that the FBI and other three-letter agencies get involved into platforms like YouTube, though we don't have any evidence of such a thing. Okay, so that's alleged, and that's important to use that word in the right place. Twitter, we do know for a fact the FBI over 80 meetings with Twitter staff before Elon Musk had it, but less than 100 is what they cop to. We know that for a fact. And then they wonder why we get up in arms and question the integrity of these so-called platforms. And every time we get misinformation through the pipeline, government collusion when Trump was in office, and I know I'm getting flack and backlash because I'm getting too pro-Trump. I've been told from some people, but you got to stay on the path that you believe is righteous, okay? And you'll find out the right or the wrong way, the hard way, whatever it is. You'll find out some way somehow that what you're saying is not resonating, and so be it. I got to take that risk, but I do believe that people like Bernie Sanders, who is no longer a representative of mine, was totally blacked out and colluded against by the DNC. He was the insider. He was the firecracker in the party, and they silenced his ass. He's gone. He's a hypocrite. Thank you for what you gave me in the time. Trump, on this hand, they're still going on with this witch hunt. And that little point that CanCon offered me in the text message, how can he be accused? I want to see the reversal. I want to see acquittal. I want to see suing her for defamation. How can he prove that he's innocent 25 years later? How was the law so conveniently able to be changed right in the moment of this? Like the statute of limitations was moved, and he can't give an alibi. He cannot lawfully, like we're all supposed to have some level of fairness in the court of law in this United States. But they, not only is it 25 years later, but she can't give an exact date or where it happened, and so he can't give an alibi. If you can't maintain an alibi, if you can't give an alibi, if you because you don't have the day of the accusation, how do you have a fair shot at defending yourself? So there's so many holes. The fact that this has gone as far as it is, as it has, should be infuriating to all of us on a massive level, on a humanitarian level, across the aisle, left or right. It's going to go after your side, my side, anybody and everybody. And I'm noticing a lot. I don't know if this is in regards to the mainstream. I don't know if I'm starting to see the beginnings of the fraction between the MAGA base and the DeSantis base. But I am finally noticing, at least in my own neck of the woods, that there is a clash and there is a fraction between the two. And one side is starting to hate the other, and one side and these were once one and the same. Don't let it happen again, please, people. Please, people that are outside in the world and that do listen to the regurgitated talking heads and media pundits that try to preach that they know what's best for you, don't let them divide us here. That's will be hurt, and we're going to get another Biden 2.0 situation. We can't afford to have this kind of administration longer than we have. We can't. We literally can't. It's a fight for your life kind of situation at this point. That aside, I was talking about, and I'm still infuriated. I was talking about how it's frustrating to see someone that you love and you give your life for that's getting sucked into something, and you feel that you maybe could help, but you can't quite. And you have to respect their position on some things, even if it seems outrageous, if it seems frustrating. You can't overstep your boundaries. You can't disrespect like somebody that's your elder. You can't go and snatch something out of their hand and say bad. You got to be. You have to. You just have to. And it's somebody you've loved all your life, from being a child till present. You don't want to turn that into spite, into malice. So in that's something universal. I know I'm all over the place, but I'm just coming off of, it was just, let's say, okay, for the just for the sake of it, I lost connection at a very inconvenient time. That's all. Big Cat, man, I feel so frustrated, I'm so mad because I really I was saying some things that really sounded eloquent and they made sense, and that opportunity was gone. I was also talking about not rehashing the past. I was talking about my own moment of growth here. And I don't know whether it be a blessing or a curse, but I'll tell you, YouTube has helped kind of teach me And here's the okay, and I'm remembering this is what I really wanted you all to hear. YouTube is, and bear with me, I will slow it down. This whole episode has got me a little manic. If this connection goes down again, just please say so in the comments. I'm not talking into a camera and a microphone for 30 minutes for no reason. YouTube is a yin and a yang. It is an amplification. Okay. It is a magnifying glass of the good and the bad of humanity. Now, hear me out, and here's my theory since I said this in the last video. Let's say, let's look at the rarer thing that's, I'll give you a hello. Nice to have you in the chat. Okay, so let's say a good deed that's done on the street, right? Now, I question altruism when people go around recording good deeds and posting it, right? Like, I cannot take away good from good, though, at all whatsoever. Mr. Beast is a big YouTuber influencer. I hate that term, that word, but he basically goes around and helps Joe Schmo out, I guess. I don't know. I've never watched one of his videos, but he's on the news, yada, yada. He's got a bunch of money. He's given a woman a car for a tip after a meal. Fantastic. So I look at YouTube as a microphone to what John Q. Citizen would do, but unbeknownst to the public, when you go past somebody that's homeless, you give them a meal, you give them some coin or something, you go about your day. You lose that altruism. You lose that once you record it. But this is YouTube. Everything's grander. This is mainstream media platforming. Everything is grander. So just like the negative, let's take the magnifying glass and the microphone of the negativity and the depravity that's out there with humankind. We've all experienced the good and the bad that we are all capable of and that we've all just been through. Just take all the things that are done in darkness under the guise of anonymity, because they think they won't get found out, bullying, or my mob mentality, and the drama that has occurred just recently. I saw somebody's video today, somebody whose name I'm not naming because I'm not trying to bring their issues to the table, but I'm just trying to make the point of what this thing, which is meant to, I think, was meant to connect us all on some positive level and to enable us to reach further across the aisle, but it's really helped in factioning us up more than ever. So, I see people. I walked away from a lot of certain drama when doxing was becoming more prevalent, going after people's kids and families and just loved ones. That's a part of this that I just don't want any part of. And just like that exists out there, it's tenfold. I mean, the real world is the grittiest. Okay, we got real people going through real problems, but the internet is the tool that is utilized to help make it more efficient. Human trafficking, child trafficking, all the unalivings and assaults, all of these bad things, all of the good and the bad, the positive, the negative, the yin, the yang, they are amplified tenfold. Big Cat, thank you, brother. I got you. I'm gonna get you 2 minis tomorrow. Now cease. Okay, thank you. So yeah, and YouTube is just it's a reflection of us. We're looking into the mirror when we turn this thing on, and I hope that when we do this in the future, and if we look back at anything we've done in the present, that we can be proud. I hope to be able to do that. I have to cop to everything I've ever done wrong, and I've needed to reflect, and I've needed to do my own inventories. I needed to repurpose myself. And, whatever this channel is, I don't know quite how to brand it, but I have new ideas. I want to go back into the fun of YouTube. I enjoy working with Josh. Tomorrow, you can expect us back on Stuck at Night, which is what it's called. And I really want to take a vacation, my 2 weeks paid vacation, and make some skit comedy. I want to give something positive, something just nice, but I also want to keep to talking about issues that I believe are perhaps being censored actively, but I don't know a real way to test that. And I can't really care too much about the perceptions of others, but that's a hell of a thing to say when you're on a public platform, right? So all I know, without knowing analytics and algorithms and all that, um, is, yes, if you deem any of the effort that's put in worthy, if it's worth your time, feel free to, hip thrust the thumbs up, or don't. That's okay too. You don't like it, thumbs it down. But I'd like to see the feedback that it's possible, that it's happening. I don't want to believe that there is uh, active active bias censorship of the specific things that I talk about, like my negative opinion of the Clintons and all of the whistleblowers that have gone entirely bye bye as a result. And I know, I hear you, that YouTube is a private platform, but I'd like to think that it's under the pretense that it's a platform that celebrates. It's not in the terms of service, right? We're here to celebrate freedom of speech, but I'd like to see, in the manual, the YouTube users manual, you can talk about this, but don't talk about that. They certainly have changed since the time I got my only copyright strike, when I read out loud. How many times do I got to say this? I'm a broken record, but things I need to be consistent about, the things that always raised my antenna. It raised a red flag. All I did was read an op-ed of a virologist or a doctor, and the title was, during a very tumultuous time about COVID, when people were still arguing about getting the vax or not, was COVID is a lie. And I read that out loud, and YouTube struck me down. I contested it, and they said, essentially, you're not a you're not a doctor. You're not a doctor. You're not a doctor. You cannot read this information to the public. Strike. I like to be able to think that I can share my opinion that the Isaac Cappy ending, if you will, was hugely suspicious, and everything involved that led up to his downfall should be open for discussion, debate, decorum, civility should all apply. We should be able to talk about it. It's based on, yeah. See, my thing with YouTube, I know everything's always about the ultimate dollar bill. Okay, that's a fact. But then, if that's the case, I want to be a part of the mass exodus to Rumble. I don't fully understand Rumble. I have an account. I did not make a channel, but I just want a place where you don't have to feel like you're walking on eggshells. And I was hoping YouTube would maybe reflect that, because there has been improvements. I've seen direct evidence of improvements by me being able to say things within the first 5. I've tested 7 minutes, 10 minutes, and today I tested 5 minutes. And then it was just pure happenstance earlier that I got cut off at 4 minutes and 17 seconds, and it went down, and I was talking to myself for 30 minutes. It costs money for the bandwidth, sure. It's not government-run freedom of speech. So, okay. See, I like that we can engage in dialogue. It's shocking to me, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's my point. I just wish so-called private companies that really celebrate being able to connect and speak your mind and share your opinions without having the words or the thoughts being highly regulated. And then where's the line? And then it becomes a more intriguing conversation that what is hate speech and what is incitement of this, that, or the other. Where do we draw the line? There's a lot of attention on Rumble right now. There's people that are telling me I should be going there, that I'm wasting my time here. But I feel like there's some form of an established unit here. I'm nervous to call you guys a community. I'm nervous to call you guys supporters. You guys are friends. You guys are that's it. I don't know. Friends, and viewers just sounds too bland, but I'm so nervous about the way hive mind thinking is, and mentality, like mob mentality is, and how people rush to judgment. Here's a controversial thing, and I have not gotten any updates, so please don't nail me to the cross, but feel free to correct me. And I don't know the victim's name, and I apologize that I'm going off the cuff. The man that was choked for 15 minutes, who did agitate the entire scenario, the bus. It was a bus. Me and Josh covered this from top to bottom, and I feel like before the trial, there's already screeches for blood. This is a Marine veteran. There was other people. All right. Clearly, the clips that have been shown on the mainstream media, I know it's already after the fact, but it would help, I think, to a degree, for the